Hello everybody, and welcome to another reaction video on Peace Beats with Dan Blackwell. This video today is a request from a gentleman called Thomas Saunders, and this artist is called Romain Axisa. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'm not sure. But apparently he was a former busking mate of Ren's. So I'm excited to see what kind of stuff he plays. I haven't heard this yet. I don't know what genre we're kind of getting into today, so I'm excited to find out. Let's get straight into it. Beautiful. Lovely. So I almost paused this about halfway through, but I was like, I saw the length of the video and I decided, you know what, just let this one run through. Usually I kind of pause throughout and talk about things bit by bit as I kind of hear them and think of them. But that one, I just wanted to kind of ride the whole wave of that before I collected my thoughts and give my reaction to this. So I love, first of all, how he spent a lot more time than most guitarists ever usually spend lower down on the neck and on the lower strings. It's really nice with this kind of music to explore those scales on the lower notes. Most guitarists, we just can't help ourselves. We just go higher and higher and higher, and that's where we're happiest. But no, don't forget, get down low, you know, get down there. So I really like that he did that. I'm gonna take these off my head so I can hear myself. Now, I think he was somewhere on A minor. Was he? I think it was A flat. Yeah, so he's, I think, A flat major. The chords, we're looking at something like, so it'll be an A flat. And then, was it a D flat? Maybe a D flat minor? Maybe a seventh. And then I think he He definitely went here at some point, like a, yeah, and I think I heard, yeah, B flat. And the scale, he's something, no. Somewhere around there. But he's playing all over the board. That's kind of his core scale, but there's also a lot of chromatic notes where he's putting in these little bluesy little runs in there. And he's very free with it. He's going in all kinds of directions. Now this chord progression he's using is quite a standard jazz chord progression. And if you want to write this kind of music, I would really recommend buying yourself a copy of the Real Book, which is a collection of jazz standards. Now the jazz standards can be used as a canvas of creativity for jazz musicians. It's a collection of all the classic jazz songs like Summertime and Blue Moon, all kind of things written from the 1920s onwards. But if you learn songs from that, if you study that book and learn the chords, learn the lead guitar, whether you're lead guitarist or rhythm or both, you know, there's something in there for you. If you go through and like learn these songs and then take these chord progressions and then maybe do a little loop, maybe change the key, and then start playing your lead parts over it. Find the scale, experiment with it, see where you can go. Can you get away with deviating from the scale during a certain chord? It's a really good way to write this kind of music, and I suspect that this is a similar process to what Romain has used here. Absolutely beautiful playing, and I think what I also think a lot of guitarists kind of forget is it's not about speed all the time. You know, like there's no point in this where he's like shredding. And I think a lot of people have a sort of pressure that you have to do that somewhat to demonstrate how good of a guitarist you are. And you don't. You know, there are so many guitarists out there who aren't incredibly fast, but they're amazing. Look at like the Dave Gilmours of the world. When he plays, he puts passion into everything he plays. And I'm really feeling that through Romain here, that slow feel. Every note he plays, you feel it, right? It's deliberately placed. And in my opinion, that's what being a really good guitarist is knowing where to place and how to play a note or how to put a chord together in exactly the right place to make the listener feel what you want them to feel. That's what it is to be a great musician and a great guitarist. And what I've gathered from this video, Romain Axisa, I hope I'm pronouncing his name correctly, is both of those. A great musician and a great guitarist. And this is an absolutely beautiful piece. And I'm definitely going to check out more of his stuff. I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments and subscribe for more content. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this, and I would love to hear more requests for reactions. What should I listen to next? So far the suggestions have been so great, and it's really nice to be introduced to new music, you know, because music is such an ocean. And I always get this as a musician. People always go, oh, how can you not have heard of this person? Well, it's endless. It's endless. There's an endless sea. There will always be more musicians. There will always, no matter how great they are, there will always be musicians you haven't heard of. It's a real joy for me as a musician to be able to interact with you guys in the comments and get recommended music and to just jump in blindly to it. I don't know what I'm going to get, and I love hearing it. And it's just so much fun for me. So please keep them coming, guys. Peace and love.